Hey there, coin collectors and history buffs. Welcome back to All Old Rare Coins, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and collectible coins. Today, we're exploring a true American classic, the 1942 Liberty Dime, also known as the Mercury Dime. It's a coin with a rich history, beautiful design, and plenty of value to offer to collectors like you. So, let's get into it. The Liberty Dime, often called the Mercury Dime due to the design on the obverse, was struck by the United States Mint from 1916 to 1945. But, don't let that Mercury nickname fool you. This isn't the Roman god of commerce. The figure on the front of the coin is actually Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. In today's video, we'll be focusing on the 1942 issue, one of the last years before the coin was replaced by the Roosevelt dime in 1946. Whether you're a casual collector or an expert numismatist, this particular year holds a special place in many collections. But why? Let's break it down. Designed by Adolph A. Weinman, the 1942 Liberty Dime showcases Lady Liberty on the obverse, or front, with that iconic winged Phrygian cap. The reverse features a fasces, which is a bundle of sticks bound together around an axe, symbolizing unity and strength, paired with an olive branch to signify peace. It's a powerful combination, representing both strength and diplomacy. 1942 was a significant year in American history. The United States was fully engaged in World War II. This affected everything, even the production of coins. The Mercury Dime of 1942 was made mostly from 90% silver and 10% copper. With silver being a critical material, many of these coins were hoarded for their metal content over time. Interestingly, this period also saw some key varieties that make the 1942 Liberty Dime especially collectible today. One notable variety is the 1942 of 41 overdate. Due to a minting error, you can sometimes spot a faint 1941 underneath the 1942. This error makes these particular dimes incredibly valuable and sought after by collectors. So, how much is a 1942 Liberty Dime worth today? Well, the value depends on several factors, including the coin's condition, whether it has any unique minting errors like the overdate, and the mint mark, which can be found on the reverse next to the fasces. A standard 1942 Mercury dime in circulated condition might fetch anywhere from $200 to $5,000. But a high-grade, uncirculated coin? Now we're talking $2,500 to $4,000, or even more if it's one of those rare overdate errors. If you're lucky enough to own a 1942 Liberty Dime, there are a few things to look out for. First, check for that mint mark. Coins minted in Philadelphia won't have a mark, but those from Denver will have a D, and San Francisco coins bear an S. Next, inspect your coin's condition. Scratches, discoloration, and wear all affect its value. And if you have that rare overdate error, you've struck collector's gold. Always store your coins in protective cases to prevent damage. Handling them with care ensures they maintain their value for years to come. Next we dive into a piece of American coinage that many have handled, but few know the story behind, the 1989 Liberty Dime. Stick around to find out if this coin is more than just pocket change. While most of us have encountered dimes in our daily transactions, not all dimes are created equal. The Liberty Dime, also known as the Roosevelt Dime, has a fascinating history. First minted in 1946, this coin commemorates the life of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, but today, we focus on a particular year, 1989. What makes this year's Liberty Dime so special? And, could it hold more value than the face amount? Let's find out. The Liberty Dime of 1989 wasn't part of any special minting or anniversary, but it carries on a rich tradition in American coinage. Designed by John R. Sinek, the coin features Roosevelt's profile on the obverse side. But let's not forget the reverse, showing an olive branch, torch, and oak branch, symbols of peace, liberty, and strength. One interesting fact, the dime remains unchanged in design since 1946, except for slight adjustments over the years. This consistency has made it a stable coin in U.S. currency, but there are certain 1989 dimes worth more than others. In 1989, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these dimes, but not all of them are equal in value. The Philadelphia Mint alone struck over 1.3 billion dimes, and Denver produced over 839 million. The key to identifying valuable coins lies in the condition, mint marks, and errors. P for Philadelphia and D for Denver. Even though these coins aren't rare by mintage numbers, certain dimes in pristine, uncirculated condition or with unique errors can be worth far more. For example, proof sets from the San Francisco Mint, or error coins with misstruck designs, can fetch collectors' attention. Some error coins from 1989 can command a premium. Look out for dimes with off-center strikes, doubled dies, or weak strikes. These errors are rare, but if you find one, it could be worth significantly more. So, next time you're going through your change, keep an eye out for those subtle differences. One small error can turn a common coin into a collector's item. Condition is everything when it comes to the value of a coin. A 1989 dime that's been circulating and shows where might be worth only its face value. However, a mint state, MS, or proof coin can increase its worth significantly. Explaining the grading scale from MS60 to MS70. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can certify your coin, giving it an official grade. This certification can add confidence and value to your 1989 dime if you're looking to sell it. Now, you may be wondering, is it worth investing in 1989 Liberty dimes? While they aren't rare, collecting high-grade examples or error coins can still be a fun and profitable venture. As always, coin collecting is about passion, history, and finding those unique pieces that stand out. Now, we're taking a deep dive into a coin that many of us have in our pockets, but few know the details about, the 1986 Liberty dime. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946 to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who played a key role in establishing the March of Dimes to fight polio. The design was created by John R. Sinek and has remained largely unchanged for over 75 years, but today, we're focusing on a specific year, 1986. It's a year that saw over 1.5 billion dimes minted, but does that mean they are all the same? Or could a certain 1986 Liberty dime in your collection be worth more than 10 cents? Let's set the stage. It's 1986. Ronald Reagan is president, the U.S. economy is recovering, and in the world of numismatics, the U.S. Mint is continuing to produce Roosevelt dimes at a rapid pace. That year, dimes were struck in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. The 1986 Liberty dime comes with 3 possible mint marks. Philadelphia dimes have a P mint mark, Denver dimes have a D, and San Francisco proof dimes, which are struck for collectors, have an S. In 1986, over 1.1 billion dimes were produced in Philadelphia, 837 million in Denver, and 3.1 million proof dimes in San Francisco. So, what does this mean for the value of your 1986 dime? Typically, the standard circulating dimes from Philadelphia and Denver are worth their face value, but there are exceptions. One way a common 1986 Liberty dime can increase in value is if it has a minting error. Errors are rare, but they can be worth significantly more to collectors. Look for things like off-center strikes, double dies, or even weak strikes, where the details of the coin appear faded. Some 1986 dimes with noticeable errors have sold for up to $100 or more, depending on the rarity and condition of the error. So, it's definitely worth inspecting your coins closely. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A 1986 dime that has been circulating for years and shows signs of wear is typically worth only 10 cents. But if your dime is in mint state, meaning it shows no signs of wear, or even better, if it's a proof coin from San Francisco, its value can increase. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC can certify your coin and give it a grade. An uncirculated 1986 dime in mint state 67, for example, can be worth between $10,500 to $30,000. While that might not sound like a fortune, it's certainly more than 10 cents. Now, let's talk about proof dimes from the San Francisco Mint. These coins are struck with extra care for collectors and have a beautiful, mirror-like finish. A 1986 proof dime in perfect condition can be worth between $500 and $10,000. While not rare, these coins hold appeal for collectors due to their high quality. This coins, we're taking a close look at the 1995 Liberty dime. Is it just another coin in your pocket, or could it be worth more than its face value? Stick around as we uncover what makes the 1995 dime special, and how you can spot valuable ones in your own collection. The Roosevelt dime has been a cornerstone of U.S. coinage since 1946, when it was introduced to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. The dime's design, by John R. Sinek, has remained largely unchanged. But what about the dimes produced in 1995? Let's take a closer look. 1995 wasn't a special year in terms of anniversaries or major changes for the dime, but it was still a year when billions of these coins were struck across three different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Display the 1995 Liberty dime with arrows pointing to the mint marks, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. In 1995, the U.S. Mint produced over 1.1 billion dimes in Philadelphia, around 1 billion in Denver, and just over 2.1 million proof dimes in San Francisco. Most dimes you find in circulation will have either a P or a D to mint mark, but proof dimes will feature the S mark. Now, while most 1995 dimes are still worth their face value, there are some rare exceptions, especially when it comes to condition and possible errors. Let's explore what makes a dime stand out to collectors. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is king. A worn, circulated 1995 dime is generally worth its face value of 10 cents. But if you have a 1995 Liberty dime in mint state, meaning it's uncirculated and shows no signs of wear, its value can increase significantly. Professional coin grading services like PCGS and NGC assign grades from MS60 to MS70 for uncirculated coins. A 1995 dime graded MS67 or higher can be worth between $15 to $30. While that's not a fortune, it's certainly more than 10 cents, and those high-grade examples are highly sought after by collectors. Now, let's talk about the real treasure hunter's favorite, error coins. Error dimes from 1995 can be worth a lot more than their face value. Look for off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, or doubled dies, where parts of the design appear to be doubled. These errors are rare, but when found, they can fetch anywhere from $50,000 to over $70,000 depending on the severity of the error. So, next time you're going through your change, take a closer look. A subtle error could turn your everyday dime into a valuable collector's item. If you're lucky enough to come across a proof 1995 dime from the San Francisco Mint, it's a real beauty. These coins are struck with extra care and have a stunning, mirror-like surface. While most proof coins aren't circulating, they can be purchased in proof sets or collections. These proof dimes are typically worth $30,000 to $50,000, and even more if they're in perfect condition. If you happen to find one, it's definitely a keeper. Thank you for watching video. If you want more information about all old rare coins, subscribe my channel.